Through the Cracks by George Rogers. Book cover description. The cover features a striking image of a young black boy, Malik, sitting on the cracked steps of an apartment building, his head bent over a sketch pad. His pencil is poised mid-stroke, capturing the outline of a futuristic, vibrant building rising above the crumbling neighborhood. The background is a mix of gritty realism and hopeful imagination. On one side, the bleakness of poverty, graffiti-covered walls, boarded-up windows, and a chain-link fence. On the other, Malik's vision, a gleaming, modern community center with solar panels, green spaces, and children playing safely. The title, Slip Through the Cracks, is bold and slightly fragmented, as if pieced together from broken pieces, symbolizing resilience and rebuilding. Story. Chapter 1. The Dreamer. Malik Johnson sat on the steps of his apartment building, his sketchpad balanced on his knees. The sun was setting, casting long shadows over the cracked pavement and graffiti-covered walls. In his mind, the neighborhood wasn't broken. There was a blank canvas. He sketched furiously, his pencil gliding across the pages. He imagined a world where the buildings weren't crumbling, where the streets were safe, and where kids like him could dream without fear. At 12 years old, Malik knew he was different. While other boys his age were drawn to the allure of fast money and street cred, Malik found solace in his drawings. He dreamed of becoming an architect, of designing buildings that could transform communities like his own. But dreams felt heavy when the world around you was falling apart. Chapter 2. The Struggles. Life in the Johnson household was a constant battle. Malik's mother, Tanya, worked 2 jobs, one as a cashier at a grocery store and another cleaning offices downtown. She left before sunrise and returned long after dark, her face etched with exhaustion. Malik's older brother, Jamal, was slipping into gang life, coming home late with new sneakers and cash she couldn't explain. Their little sister, Aaliyah, was only 6, her innocence a fragile light in the darkness. The apartment was falling apart. The ceiling leaked when it rained, and the walls were covered in mold that made Aaliyah sick. Malik hated feeling helpless. He hated the gunshots that echoed through the night, the police sirens that left him trembling under his blanket. He hated the way his teachers looked at him with pity when he fell asleep in class, too tired from the nightmares to focus. But Malik had his sketches. They were his escape, his way of building a better world, even if only on paper. Chapter 3. The Breaking Point. One afternoon, as Malik walked home from school with his best friend, Deshaun, the unthinkable happened. The car sped past, its windows down, and the sharp crack of gunfire shattered the air. Malik froze as a boy from his class crumpled to the ground. The sound of screaming filled the street, but Malik couldn't move. He just stood there, staring at the blood pooling on the pavement. That night, the nightmares came. Malik woke up gasping, his sheets soaked with sweat. He tried to tell his mom, but she was too tired, too overwhelmed. Jamal was no help either. He was too wrapped up in his own dangerous world. Then, one evening, the police raided a house where Jamal was hanging out with his gang friends. Malik watched as his brother was handcuffed and shoved into the back of a squad car. Tanya used their rent money to bail him out, but the damage was done. The landlord threatened to evict them, and Malik felt the walls closing in. Chapter 4. A Glimmer of Hope. One day, as Malik sat on the steps sketching, an older man stopped to watch. Mr. Carter was a retired architect who lived a few blocks away. He peered over Malik's shoulder and was stunned by the boy's talent. "You got a gift, son," Mr. Carter said, his voice warm but firm. "But talent alone isn't enough. You need guidance, opportunity." From that day on, Mr. Carter became Malik's mentor. He taught him about architecture, showed him blueprints, and even took him to visit construction sites. For the first time, Malik felt like his dream was within reach. Mr. Carter told Malik about a prestigious summer program at a nearby university, where students could learn from real architects and engineers. But the application fee was $50, an impossible amount for Tanya to afford. Determined, Malik started selling copies of his sketches around the neighborhood. He drew everything: buildings, parks, even portraits of people he saw on the street. Slowly, the money added up. Chapter 5. Breaking the Cycle. The day Malik submitted his application, he felt a flicker of hope. Weeks later, a letter arrived. Malik's hands shook as he opened it. "Congratulations, you have been accepted." Tanya burst into tears, hugging Malik tightly. Even Jamal, who had been distant and angry, cracked a smile. Seeing Malik's determination had sparked something in him. He started working at a community center, helping younger kids avoid the mistakes he had made. On the day Malik left for the summer program, Tanya held his face in her hands. "You're going to change the world, baby," she said, her voice trembling. "And when you do, Don't forget where you came from. As the bus pulled away, Malik looked out the window at his neighborhood. He didn't see the cracks anymore. He saw potential. Aims, resilience, Malik's unwavering determination to pursue his dreams despite overwhelming odds. Family bonds, the love and sacrifices of Malik's family, especially Tanya, drive the story's emotional core. Hope and change. The story emphasizes that even in the darkest circumstances, hope can lead to transformation. Systemic barriers. The narrative highlights the challenges of poverty and violence, but also shows how mentorship and community support can break cycles. Prologue. Years later, Malik returned to his neighborhood, not as a boy with a sketch pad, but as an architect with a vision. The community center he designed stood tall and proud, a beacon of hope for kids like him. And on the steps where he once sat dreaming, a new generation of children played, their laughter echoing through the streets. Malik had built his dream, one brick at a time.